Do you acknowledge scientific facts like Bigfoot, time travel, and the Illuminati? Then you're in the right place. This is Mystical Tales of the Unknown Universe, hosted by me, Podcast. I know it sounds borderline psychotic, but you must believe me. Even if you don't want to believe me, you should listen to my science teacher, Mr. Gruberson. Yes, he teaches summer school. No, teaching was not his first choice. But what he does know is that something's coming for us. He's been tracking the psychokinetic energy levels, and the readings are off the charts. It's happened before. Have you ever heard of the slime squids of the Adriatic? The 1943 Saskatoon blood rains? Do you even know which one I just made up from my infinite imagination? Guys, this isn't serious. Look, Robot Rob remembers New York in the 80s. So, if it happened then, why not now? Finally, help has arrived. I'm sorry, but I have to cut this episode short. Hope everyone survives the apocalypse. Remember to keep calm and aim for the head. Hey, remember when I told you something's coming? I lied. It's totally here. We've already had an encounter. We found a bunch of garbage at Phoebe's haunt box of house. Turns out, it's ghost-busting equipment. We opened a trap for completely scientific reasons, and we accidentally unleashed his phantasm. It wasn't scary at all to me, of course. I only understand fear as a concept. The phantasm, or ghoul, or potato-headed pus bucket seems to be attracted to metal, the material, not the musical genre, and is particularly consumed by the local selenium deposits. Either way, Phoebe moved the gear to a new location as her house turned into Spook Central, like most of our town. Perfect timing you signed on, as I bet you can guess who I volunteered to store our secret equipment. That earthquake snuck up like an electric car. Thanks for holding down the home front. We had this crazy run-in with a ghost on a binger. Anyway, I'm back now and I found Phoebe.
For reasons I can't explain, the frequency of the earthquakes has multiplied. Something is trying to get out. Did you find the proton pack I left you? As nuclear accelerators go, it's pretty self-explanatory. Try not to burn down what's left of this town.
Let's meet at Spinner's to regroup. On second thought, we'll call you.
Where are you? We discovered the source of the earthquakes. It's exactly as I thought, and perhaps what you thought if you're a genius like myself. It's the selenium mine. Turns out there's a Lollapaloozian mosh pit of ghosts trying to get out. It's hard to point out why, but I blame you. Based on my B- and stats, I'm projecting a 99.99% chance you'll be getting some uninvited visitors. Shoot first. You can ask questions later. But they're ghosts, so they don't really talk. They'll probably just moan and drool on you. Shintorian curse!
This just in. Bizarre sightings have been reported around town, with local residents being attacked by... Does that say goats? Oh, ghosts. Okay. Wow. Well, I guess the chupacabras can't help us now. Let's take a look at the eyewitness account that was posted on social media just a few moments ago.
Hurry! Okay, I'm coming.
Mommy, I found him in the garbage. Can you keep him, please? Please, he's cute.
Oh my gosh!
Local authorities are imposing a strict 6 p.m. curfew, encouraging residents to stay in their homes. We'll keep you updated as the situation progresses.
Hey, sorry to be calling you during this apocalypse, but Phoebe's been completely MIA, and last time I heard she was at your house working on a lab. I just came home to an empty house, and my mom's not picking up her cell. I'm a little worried as Phoebe's teacher, who also happens to be my mom's boyfriend, is wanted by the police for his after-school experiment. I guess now we know what's in the box. If Phoebe shows up, tell her it's pretty hard to do homework when you leave your drool-soaked notebook behind.
Sightings are beginning to pour in. The mini puffs are on the move. They're tiny, they're delicious, and they want to watch the world burn, starting with Somerville. Keep them off the equipment. They chew our cabling like licorice and fill the exhausts with sweet, caustic fluff. A swift charged particle beam from your positron collider will remind them who's boss.
Human companion, you must prepare for the coming of Gozer, the Destructor, Vulgus Zidror, Lord of the Sibulia. He is coming. Wait for the sign. Then our prisoners will be released. You will perish in flame, you and all your kind.
Prepare for eternal torment. Your dimension is mine.
Empty.
Ghostbusted!
Yeah, maybe I'll let you drive the car next time. Wait, Phoebe, what happened to your camera?
It appears one of those miniature marshmallow men melted itself all over my device. By the looks of it, trying to...
Thanks for saving me, even though I think I still have kibble between my teeth.
Because you turned into a dog?
It wasn't my finest moment, okay?
That was a really exemplary display of valor. Our dimension and my grandfather, Egon, sincerely thank you.
We came, we saw, we kicked their ass.
Okay, we're good here.
Somebody's watching.